Hello, welcome to today's topic of the history of royalty on my channel. Today, we cover the tragic life of Maria Luisa of Naples and Sicily, who had lived a short life as Grand Duchess of Tuscany, and was not attractive that even a well-known painter tried painting her quickly, and did not want to see her looks. This was her story. Luisa Maria Amalia Teresa was born on July 27, 1773, in the royal palace of Naples. Her father was Ferdinand I, King of Naples, who was the son of Charles I of Spain, and her mother was Maria Carolina, daughter of the Holy Roman Empress, Maria Teresa. She was the second oldest of 70 children, 10 who died in childhood or infancy. She likely got along with her older sister, Maria Teresa, and she was also taught in childhood to be an obedient wife and likely taught French, mathematics, geography, theology, music, dancing, drawing, and etc., like her older sister, possibly. By the time she reached 17, her older sister, who was 18 and a year older than her, was married to Francis, grandson of Maria Teresa, and heir apparent to the Holy Roman throne. Since she was married, Maria Luisa had also to be married. So her parents decided she'd be married to Ferdinand III, brother of her older sister's husband, Francis. He had just become the Grand Duke of Tuscany and needed a marriage to produce children and secure his dynasty, so Maria Luisa was chosen. And before her marriage, in 1790, French painter Elizabeth Vigny-Lebrun, sorry for the bad pronunciation, was commissioned by Maria Carolina to paint portraits of her four eldest children, including Maria Luisa. While she was painting her, she was reluctant to paint her due to her facial features, and reluctant also means like unwilling. She was like, she was just not, she did not want to paint her because of like her looks. And so much that, very reluctant, that she said to the counter that Luisa was extremely ugly and pulled such faces that I was the most reluctant to finish her portrait. Despite her looks and the criticism given, Maria Luisa remained charitable and kind of critical appearance nonetheless. On August 15, 1790, she was married to Ferdinand, Grand Duke of Tuscany, becoming Grand Duchess of Tuscany. The marriage was childless for 2 years, till she became pregnant. She would later have 6 children, only 3 living to adulthood. Cara Teresa, who died in childhood, Francisco Leopoldo, who was heir apparent to the Grand Duke of Tuscany, but died in childhood. Leopold II, Grand Duke of Tuscany, who later would succeed his father as Grand Duke of Tuscany, of course. Maria Luisa, who was born disabled and had a deformity, such as being a hunchback, likely because of the genetic inbreeding in her family. And Maria Teresa, Queen of Sardinia, who was later the mother of Victoria Emmanuel II, became King of Italy. Her husband, Ferdinand, was known for being the first monarch to represent the French Republic formally, and attempted to work with them peacefully. He was also persuaded to join the War of the First Coalition with Britain and Russia, providing them passive support. In 1795, Tuscany abandoned their alliance, and he declared Tuscany's neutrality in the war. His normalization of relations with France helped stabilize his rule for several years, but by 1799, they were compelled to flee from Vienna for protection when Republicans established in New York and Florence. They really joined their decent man of Tuscany until the big thing happened that would change everything. In 1800, a secret agreement known as the Third Treaty of San Ildefonso was made on October 1st between Spain and the French Republic, that Louisiana, which, in case you know, you might know the Louisiana, Louisiana Purchase, and a North American territory, which Spain had owned, to exchange in one frame, the territories of Tuscany. And that's what they needed. They picked Tuscany because if they didn't, the deal would be off and France would never get Louisiana, which would have changed everything. Meaning that instead of Anyway, Ferdinand III wanted to comply with his ally, France. So he signed the Treaty of Arrangements on March 21st, 1801, not only a year after the treaty was made, but also the same day that Maria Louisa gave birth to her younger daughter, Maria Theresa. Because it was signed, they went into exile and lived in Vienna, in the Austrian Empire, which was now ruled by Ferdinand's brother Francis II. Eventually, he was compensated by being given the secularized land for religious use of Archbishop of Salzburg as the Grand Duke of Salzburg. But months before it could happen, a tragic event happened which affected Ferdinand III. Maria Luisa became pregnant with her sixth child on September 19th. She went into labor, or the childbirth was very complicated, and she gave birth to a stillborn son, and she held him in her breast in her arms. She was likely crying that now her son was stillborn and deceased. As she held her eyes shut, and she lapsed unconscious, now talking to her again. She was 29. Her husband outlived her by 22 years. He himself died in 1824. Before his death, he was restored as the Grand Duke of Tuscany in 1814, after the title was kept by Eliza Bonaparte. Ferdinand remarried, but was childless. Her life was met with tragedy, but also criticism by her peers. But her descendants lived on, and not only that, her legacy was kept in the hands that tell for the future generations. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and hope to see you soon in the next video.